A few videos back, I made an episode where I took a look at what various news websites put as the #1 anime in 2023. There were some recurring choices: Jujutsu Kaisen, Vinland Saga, Demon Slayer, the type of animes that are AAA, so high budget, high popularity. They're probably going to be on every list every year. But there was one other show that won the top spot several times. And regretfully, I didn't talk about it because I hadn't seen it. Weird, because it didn't just catch the eye of hack article writers that probably don't watch much anime. No! Right now, as I say it, this anime lords over and looks down upon every single other show on my anime list. An impressive feat. Won't stay there for long though, because Full Metal Alchemist fans are about to murder everybody who left a rating. But you know, it's good news. What kind of show is Frieren? Well, that's a difficult question to answer because it doesn't cement itself clearly in any genre. Adventure, slice of life, drama, high fantasy. Frieren combines all those together to create something truly unique in my opinion. The show opens with a group of adventurers getting recognized for defeating the Demon King. And since they're splitting up, we get to see what happens after that conclusive victory. I assure you it'd be near impossible to guess where the story's going. The reason for that being, fuck all happens. Essentially nothing. Well, maybe that's not fair. Stuff does indeed go down. Let's talk about it. The main character, the titular Frieren, is an elf. And if you don't know what the significance of that is, good, you're not a freaking nerd. For all intents and purposes, she lives forever. For her, a few decades is more like a few months. So immediately after the hero's journey, she pisses off for around 50 years. The show goes through that very quickly. All those years only take about a minute of runtime to portray. The show does a good job at making this feel brief because that's also how Frieren feels. Eventually the elf does decide to visit, but it's only because of some random material she wanted. The ever apathetic Frieren, better get used to her, is like, where did I leave that thing again? Oh yeah, with my friends. Might as well go check. How many years has it been? Who the hell are you? Himmel the hero, man, was he a strapping young lad. 5 decades ago. It's not totally cynical she shows up now. A while back, Frieren set up an event where the crew would go watch some shooting stars. It goes swimmingly, they all enjoy it, and Frieren starts to appreciate these friends that, well, were neglected by her. Boom, Himmel's dead. But what's it matter to Frieren? She's got thousands of years left just to make more friends. Right?
Why didn't I try to better know and understand you?
Now, Frieren Beyond Journey's End can finally begin. A story about making connections, if it matters to know people, and finally, the impact others have on our lives. To be frank, that sounds really boring. And if you just listed off a bunch of aspects of this show, it would turn away a lot of people. An unemotional, uncaring elf tries to figure out what's going on with these humans and their fickle emotions. Care about feelings and talk it out? What am I, a fruitcake?
Your only focus before you die should be giving her a proper farewell and making as many memories as you can.
Not a fruitcake. When it comes to characters, this show is perfect. Well, except for one totally unhinged dumbass, but I like him, he's fine. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it.
That cloud looks like a lady with huge boobs.
We hardly even meet the members of Frieren's old crew, but somehow through bits and pieces, memories, very small parts of dialogue, we get a complete understanding of them and deeply care. A priest who struggles with his vices yet is ever pious. The young hero who through his failures found triumph. A headstrong dwarf amassing purpose after the most important parts of his life have passed. There's never a wasted moment of development with any of them. It's not surprising in anime that perfects characters can go a long way, but that certainly isn't where the perfection ends. For example, are you excited by the prospect of spending an entire day looking for flowers? Probably not, because that's weird. Which makes this statement very odd. A good half of the second episode is spent searching for a damn flower. That sounds horrible. You're wrong, I'm wrong, it's awesome. A woman who's a bit on in her years remembers the time long ago when Himmel the hero saved her from a monster. The woman maintains a statue of him, and Frieren wants to help spruce it up, maybe with some flowers. So as you do, Frieren makes this super goddamn complicated by going on a lengthy Easter egg hunt to find a specific flower from Himmel's hometown. I couldn't hope to quantify why this is an amazing episode. You just have to watch it. I can illuminate you to the fact that upon finding the flower, I was...
Frieren, I'd like to show you them someday.
Sure, if the chance arises.
Very satisfying, and that is key to this entire show. Typically, when you think of an anime that could be categorized as slice of life, you expect your enjoyment to come purely out of being there, just immersed in, well, the slice of this particular life. And Frieren, while not really a slice of life anime, delivers on that. The elf is meandering around the world looking for spells. We get a watch. That doesn't sound interesting at all, and I went in with a very low expectation. Then realized after a few episodes that I didn't watch a few episodes. I actually watched 12. When your IQ's in the single digits, it's kind of hard to pay attention when on one hand, you're immersed in the journey, and on the other, you're excited for its conclusion. That almost never happens. A thought occurred to me after I finished those episodes. I just wasted my time. Nothing happened. I've been watching this goddamn elf screw around. I mean, they did fight a dragon. There was 4 or 5 impactful deaths. They traveled all across the globe to interesting places. Oh yeah, a lot happened. Where the hell was I? Think back to a recent moment where you really enjoyed yourself. Didn't time just pass you by and it almost felt like it never happened? That's how Frieren Beyond Journey's End goes. For me at least, I didn't have time to criticize what I was seeing. I, like many a viewer, was strapped in and held hostage by this fucking elf. At this point, I'm just gonna throw out praise. The animation and artwork is stellar. Both the Japanese and English voice actors were great. The pacing and story movement was top tier. And finally, Frieren's master is an absolute babe. And with that being said, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your American Otaku. This, of course, has been my co-host, 02. And I'll catch you next time.